Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video we will comparing 4 generations of Sony A7 full frame cameras. We have here the first Sony A7, the Sony A7II, the Sony A7RIII and the Sony A7C. The Sony A7 was introduced on January 2014. The Sony A7 II was introduced in November 2014 with some improvements. The Sony A7 III came out on October 2017 and the Sony A7C, it's the current model, came out on September 2020. These 3 cameras have 24 megapixel and the Sony A7RIII has 42 megapixel. These 2 cameras, the Sony A7 and the Sony A7 II, has 117 focus points. The Sony A7RIII has 425 focus points and the Sony A7C has 693 focus points. The Sony A7 has an ISO beginning from 50 to 25,600. The Sony A7 II had an ISO from 50 to 51,200. The Sony A7RIII had an ISO of 50 to 102,400 and the Sony A7III has an ISO of 50 to 104,800. All 4 cameras have the Sony E-mount system. That means you can switch every lens between these 4 cameras. The Sony A7 II, the A7RIII and the A7C has a sensor image stabilization, IBIS, and the A7 III is without IBIS. We have on these 3 cameras a 3-inch tilting screen, and on the A7 III we have a full articulated screen. We have on the A7I and on the A7 II an LCD screen resolution of 1,230 dots. On the A7RIII 1,440 dots and on the A7C 922,000 dots. The A7I, the A7 II and the A7C has the same viewfinder with 2,359 dots and the A7RIII have a better viewfinder of 3,068 dots. On the A7I and on the A7 II we have a continuous shooting of 5 FPS and on the A7RIII and on the A7C we have a continuous shooting of 10 FPS. The A7 and the A7 II can record video with full HD, but the A7 II has some picture profiles like S-Log2, for example. The Sony A7 III and the Sony A7C can record on 4K with picture profiles, and they can also record full HD with 120 FPS. We have on these 3 cameras a video record limit. The Sony A7C has an unlimited video record with gyroscopic stabilization. All 4 cameras has a Wi-Fi built in. We have also some difference in weight. The Sony A7 weighs 474 grams, the Sony A7 II weighs 600 grams, the Sony A7RIII weighs 657 grams, Sony A7C weighs 509 grams. That means these 2 cameras are the lightest here of the 4. All cameras have a weather sealed body. There are also some difference in battery life. The Sony A7 and the Sony A7 II has a battery life of 340 to 350 shots. The Sony A7R III has a battery life of 655 shots, and the Sony A7C has a battery life of 740 shots. The Sony A7C is not available anymore on the market, but you can buy it used for around 300 to 400 euro. The Sony A7 II is still available. You can buy it new for around 800 euro and used for around 500 euro. The Sony A7R III is also still available. You can buy it new for 2,300 euro and used for around 1,500 to 1,800 euro. The Sony A7C costs new 1,800 and used 1,400 till 1,500. The Sony A7 and the Sony A7III are the most compact full-frame cameras from Sony. They have both a very small body comparing to the other two cameras. On the Sony A7, on the A7 II and on the Sony A7R III you have the viewfinder on top, and on the Sony A7C you have the viewfinder on the side. Every four cameras makes very good pictures. As I told before, between the first Sony A7 and on the Sony A7C there are a time difference of 6.5 years. At the end of the video I will show you some pictures and then you can decide which camera is the best for you. You will not notice so much difference between these four cameras. I will use the same settings for the pictures and I will take the pictures with the Sigma 28 to 70mm. If you have any questions about these four cameras, please write it in the comments down below. If you like this video, I would be happy if you can give me a like and if you would subscribe to my channel. See you next time.